Hey guys, Clutch Hunter here, and I got a gameplay today on launch. It is a game of Sabotage, and you would have noticed probably by now that it has started 5 minutes in. Very briefly, the reason for this is when I do 10-minute commentaries, what happens 95% of the time is I get to about I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes in, and then I'll just start rambling, and I'll go on rambling, I'll keep rambling, and then once the time's up, I'll play it back in Vegas, and I'll have to do the whole thing again. So, I mean, it just happened just now, in all honesty. So, what I figured is, if I do my commentaries at about 7 minutes long, fingers crossed, I won't have this problem. Now, onto the gameplay itself. We have a game of Sabotage on launch, and I'm using a golden MPL with what is that? That's a crossburst secondary, and the MPL has rapid fire, by the way, because when you're playing objective game types, it's all close range, and that thing just mows down the competition. But yeah, I've got the rapid fire MPL, I've got the crossbow, I've got the jammer as the equipment, so when I plant the bomb, I can put the jammer right by it, and the enemy team will not have a clue what has happened to them. I've also got UAV, counter UAV, and Blackbird for pretty obvious reasons. We've got Ghost Pro, pretty obvious. Steady Aim Pro with Steady Aim with submachine guns is just ridiculously overpowered. Well, overpowered isn't a fair thing a fair word to use, but it is extremely effective. That is what I will say. It seems to be just like how the shotguns were on COD 4. If you hip fire now with a submachine gun, it's actually more powerful than if you aim down the sights. I don't know why it's like that, but it's extremely effective for the objective game types, especially games like Sabo and Demolition and Capture the Flag and those sort of game modes. So yeah, now we're about 5 minutes left. I wanted to start doing a series of some nature where what I do is I don't know, I'll do it about once a week. I go into news articles and I just talk about them, and I talk about my opinion on them. There should be enough interesting stuff in the space of about a week, I think, to cover this. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, sorry. So yeah, let's get into this. First one, we've got EastEnders, which is a British soap, yeah, which I watch, by the way. It's generally a very depressing show. You can't, if you're in a good mood, it's not a good idea to watch this program, because it will knock you down a peg. It really will. Well, the storyline that's gotten, it's actually amassed 3,500 complaints. That is a colossal amount of people who have emotional, personal problems who decide to complain. It's a story regarding cot death. Now, someone gives birth to a woman gives birth to a baby, and it dies of cot death. Now, obviously, that's very saddening and everything, but 3,500 people have called in, to have it. Why complain about that? Why? Seriously? Why? Tell me. All I can imagine they're trying to accomplish is that they never do a storyline like this again. No, they won't, because in all honesty, it was kind of boring. But there's just no good reason to complain about it. There's just no good reason to do that. If you start deciding what can and can't be put on television to such an extent like this, you will get problems. Because okay, so this was a sad event that people in real life would have had to happen to them. Not everyone, obviously, but a lot of people. Very saddening, fair enough. But I guarantee that for absolutely every sad thing, not for every sad thing, for every little thing, everything on this planet, there is going to be someone who has a very upsetting emotional attachment to it and gets very distressed so much as thinking about it. Okay? I guarantee that everyone, every single thing on this planet has a link to a human being who will get upset by watching, for example, watching it on television. It's inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. So you can't... Obviously, cot death is a very sad thing. You know, death in any nature is a sad thing. Especially if it's to someone who hasn't even lived their life yet. But you can't decide... well, they haven't decided, but you can't try and force a program or TV in general not to show this kind of thing, because it will get worse and worse and worse. There'll be a domino effect, and more stuff won't be shown, and it will get to the point where, you know, you turn on the TV on Monday night and everyone's afraid of talking because they think they'll get sued or they'll get taken off the air or something. You guys get what I mean. It's just I don't understand the mindset of these people that complain about television shows. I just don't. Now this was a very difficult subject to talk about because, you know, obviously cot death is a very sad thing, and if you talk in defense of someone just showing that to the world, it actually happening, you'll come across as a really bad guy. But I felt it needed to be done because no one was talking about it in that way. I felt it needed to be said. But that's the end of the commentary. I am tired and I might just go to sleep now actually. So this is Clutch Hunter and I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.